Built a small model of my solar battery powered electric car. So I want a super efficient aerodynamic car. So I'm building this model to test some of the systems. I'm going to probably use paper mache for the shape. The real model will be fiberglass or carbon fiber. I think it's really amazing that this car can drive all day without using any electricity from a plug or the grid. It's providing all its own electricity, and then it has a battery backup for when it's cloudy or if there's shade or at night. So I really think that electric vehicles, they need to have some type of solar panels on them to extend their range, so you don't have it as much as big as a battery pack. And also, so the car's been driving for 40 minutes here on the roof in circles with the sun hitting it, and it's almost 12 o'clock, so the sun isn't at its highest yet either, and it was at 3.98 volts before, so the battery voltage actually went up. So it charged the battery a little bit instead of actually using it, so it's running only on solar power. So when the sun goes down, then it'll be able to use the battery power. So I built a simple wood frame. I used a motor from a tape player, and I have skateboard wheels with ball bearings, 2 ball bearings on each wheel. So what I'm testing now is a different system. So I want it to be able to use solar power, solar and battery, or just battery. So those are the 3 different types, and also charge the battery. So right now with the switch off, it's charging. These are milliamps, so it's very low because it's in the shade. So if I bring the whole system out into the sun now, it's much better. So it's 130 milliamps. The sun is still pretty low, so if I would tilt it towards the sun, I'd get higher, 160, 170. So it's charging really well. It's charging this one lithium-ion cell that's just right here under the solar panel. It's only have one cell, it's at about 3 volts. So it could sit there all day. If you're not using the car, you go into a store, it's charging the whole time. So when it's positive like this, that means the energy is going from the solar panel into the battery. When it turns negative, that means that the battery is giving off power. So this whole time now, we have power going into the battery from the solar panel. Now if I turn on the motor, you see the wheels spinning there? Now I have still a positive value. It's much lower. It's 90 milliamps now. It used to be 100 and almost 200. But now if I put load on the wheel, it goes down. I'm dragging my finger on the wheel. It goes down until it hits negative. That means that the battery and the solar panel are both driving the wheel. So actually, as I'm driving now, cruising around, I'm actually putting positive energy into the battery at the solar panel. If you imagine it's nighttime now, I'm just in the shade. Right now there's no charge going into the battery. But if I turn on this motor, we have a negative. So now we're taking power. The power we put in with the solar panel, we're now taking out of the battery. So that allows us to drive around at night. So this is the kind of system I want in my solar car. If it's super efficient and I stop and I do errands, it should be enough to keep the batteries fully charged almost all the time and give me pretty much an infinite range. The only problem is if I'm on the highway for a couple hours in a row, that's where I'm actually going to deplete the batteries, or if it's cloudy for a few days. So what I do then is I could just plug it into a standard outlet or a higher amperage outlet to charge it. Just on the roof here we have lots of sun, so it's charging the batteries now. The sun's still not that high, it's still morning, but here I can have it drive, and while it's driving it's still charging the battery, so it'll be able to drive indefinitely. Have unlimited range. Once the sun goes down with the battery full, for this scale it'll have maybe 20 hours of driving, so it works really well. It's very bumpy here, so it's a little tough on the little car, but it still works. The slow speed is because this is actually a 9-volt motor and I'm only giving it 5 or 6 volts, so it's a little bit underpowered, but it definitely demonstrates how this works. And now I can shadow it. So this is 100% battery powered now. If I disconnected the battery, it would stop when it was in the shade. And now it's running off solar panel and battery,